Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the Big 7 stories happening right now. And topping the list for us tonight, the Gay Street Bridge still closed tonight. How long will that last? Well, it's still not clear. This afternoon, TDOT confirmed they found a portion of the steel truss on the Gay Street Bridge had become distorted, causing an immediate safety concern. And until this is fixed, no one can drive or walk across the bridge. TDOT says it will need to further inspect the bridge before they can release any timeline on when it may reopen.
Our crews are back on the bridge today inspecting, and that's something they're going to do for the next few days. After those inspections are complete, we'll figure out exactly what repairs are going to be necessary, and then we should have a timeline after that.
I've been driving on that multiple times a week, so what was wrong with it? Could it have just collapsed while I'm driving on it? It's scary to think about.
You know, the last time the bridge was closed after failing an inspection was in 2004 and was followed by a $15.7 million improvement project. The Henley Bridge and James White Parkway are two other connections between South Knoxville and downtown that are still up and running, but well, may be seeing some increased traffic during this closure. Alcoa Highway, also another option for you. Hey, another bridge in the headlines. This one's still just on the drawing board. The City of Knoxville rejected again for a federal grant to help pay for its South Knoxville Pedestrian Bridge project. Mayor India Kincannon confirming on social media the city is still looking for other funding opportunities. City has $20 million from the state and partners. The mayor saying she is confident the project will come to fruition and looks forward to continued collaboration with the state, the University of Tennessee, and the community. Now, the bridge would connect the South Waterfront to UT's campus. Well, a big headache for U.S. car dealerships. It's fallout from a cyber attack on CDK Global. The company provides software to car dealers that tracks vehicles on their lots, conducts credit checks, generates interest rates for auto loans, and completes sales contracts. One of those dealerships impacted is Rusty Wallace Honda, which says the cyber attack is really more of an inconvenience than anything else.
Our leads is where we've kind of been affected a little bit. It takes us a little bit longer to get our lead in right now, but we still get it in. So it's not like, it's more of an inconvenience for us than it is a stoppage. But I have talked to several dealerships who said, hey, you know, it shut us down for a couple of days.
You know, and as when operations should get back to normal, we're told there is no definitive timeline. Big heat posing a threat for some of your neighbors. It's something we witnessed firsthand yesterday as the National Championship Parade and celebration brought thousands outside in downtown Knoxville. Some of those in attendance to celebrate Big Orange being sent to the hospital for heat-related illnesses, others being treated right there in Market Square. According to the Knoxville Fire Department, 6 people were taken to the hospital. Dozens of others were treated there at Market Square, as we mentioned. KFD Assistant Chief Mark Wilbanks has these reminders on how to stay safe.
One of the biggest things that you can do is kind of just pay attention to each other, right? If you start sweating very heavily and you're not doing a lot of activity, you start feeling sick to your stomach, things like that, then that's when you need to consider trying to get into a cool, sheltered spot, into some shade, something like that. Even just a little bit of shade can change the temperature and help you out quickly.
More advice, stay hydrated, wear loose, light clothing, take frequent or longer breaks, and if you start feeling bad, go inside or find a shaded area to try to cool off. So again, just some things to think about in all this heat. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going anywhere. Meteorologist Margot Altshuler joining us right now with some storms popping up in the area.
Yeah, but we were dealing with the heat yesterday and today, and now we're also dealing with storms moving through the area. Taking a look at our Storm 6 our radar right here, we're right now having some storms moving through Scott County, going on into Anderson and Campbell counties, and also watching as the storm moves into Cumberland County. Taking a zoomed in look to one of those storms right now. This storm is moving just north of Liberty and just south of Elizabeth. Now it is just looking to be rain. We're not expecting any lightning with that storm in particular, but taking a zoomed in look to a storm just north of that one near Stanley Junction, near Huntsville, as well as Terry Creek and Stanville. We're seeing maybe one strike of lightning associated with this storm, but again, heavier rain rain is associated with most of these showers moving on through. Now, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in place for just 2 of our Kentucky counties. This includes Knox County, Kentucky, and Harlan County, Kentucky until 10 p.m. The rest of us kind of in the clear, but we're going to keep a very close eye on those storms that do move through the area just because they do pose that threat of becoming strong to severe. But as Bo mentioned, it has been hot. Seen a lot of people kind of fanning themselves here in Market Square and trying to find some shade. Right now, still in the low to mid 90s, 93 here in Knoxville, 95 in Maryville, 95 in Tellico Plains, 95 in Athens, 81 in Kingston, and 93 in Gatlinburg. We do expect to see temperatures increasing as we move towards the weekend. And also, so do our humidity levels. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll have more details on what we're watching as we move on into the rest of this week. Bo?
Margot, thank you. Our Big 7 list rolls on right now as the University of Tennessee Board of Trustees wrapped up its annual meeting today, approving the 2024-25 budget, which includes a tuition increase. On average, the rise in cost represents a 1% increase per year during the past 5 years. Now, we should note this recent increase is not just Knoxville's campus, it's all of the University of Tennessee's campuses across the state. The increase will cover program enhancement and salary pool increases among a variety of campus-specific needs. For UT Knoxville, you're looking at a 2.4% increase. Chattanooga's campus will have a 3% increase. UT Southern, a 4% increase. And UT Martin, a 3.5% increase. UT Health Science Center in Memphis will increase tuition by 2.9%. And for UTK in-state students, that 2.4%, that would take tuition, make it jump just over $250. Another big announcement from the trustees meeting, renaming the UT College of Music. From here on out, it will be called now the Natalie L. Haslam College of Music. Mrs. Haslam and her family have donated millions of dollars into the college to improve the building's facilities and offer new scholarships to students. Big 7 list wraps up now with honors for UT baseball coach Tony Vitello. 2 days after leading Tennessee baseball to its first national championship, Vitello was named National Coach of the Year by the American Baseball Coaches Association. UT made history as the first SEC team to reach a 60-win mark in a single season, the 4th conference team to win the SEC regular season title, SEC tournament title, and of course the NCAA Men's College World Series championship all in the same year. This is Vitello's first National Coach of the Year honor from the ABCA, but it's the 4th time he's been named the nation's top college baseball coach in his 7-year career.